Hello, fellow space engineers, and as I've been playing my new series on Splitsie Scrapyard scenario, I've had a few people question on how did I get the custom planet and how did I get the respawn rover to actually spawn on the said custom planet. And while I have answered those questions in the comments, I think a video might be more helpful for some people. So I'm going to do that and show the steps I took to get that done. Now, this will be slightly modifying the one of the mods for Scrapyard, which means that is Splitsie's work, and full credit goes to him. But I also would not be uploading this to the workshop. If you modify a mod, don't re-upload it to the workshop without the creator's permission. And the modified version I have on my personal hard drive. It's not on the cloud, it's not anywhere, and I don't plan to ever upload it. But I think for personal use, and I'm not making any money off of it, it should be just fine, or I feel it would be fine. So first, we need to find where that mod is on a hard drive. So pull up a few other windows here. If you go to the Scrapyard page in the Respawn Rover one here in the workshop, and you look at the link at the top of the page, that number is what you need to look for on your hard drive. So if you just do a copy of that, and I've already worked it there, but you can do that. You go to your wherever Steam's at on your hard drive. It might be different from where I've got it, but I'd go into your Steam folder down to Steam Apps and Workshop, and once there, you can just do a search for that number, and it'll lead you to where that's at. This number here, you should also find a folder that has that same number. Now, what I did is I made a copy of that folder, and let's pull it up over here, and I put it on the local side of the Space Engineers page. So you've got stuff that's on your, they'll stay on the local side. It's usually under the users, whatever your username is. App data, now you notice that one's kind of ghosted. So you might have to come up here to view and show hidden items to see this app data folder. But you go into there, roaming, find the Space Engineers folder, mods, and you paste the folder over there. So you'd come over here, well, you can probably just drag and drop, but I'm not going to do that because I've already got a copy of it over here. But you make a copy of it. What it is this version that's over here. If there's never an update to that file, it'll get rewritten and all your changes will disappear. So just have it on your local mod list under app data, roaming, mods, and this is simply everything that was in there. Now if you go into that, whatever you named it, then you go into data, you're going to see a file here named respawnships.sbc. You open that up, and I've already got that opened up over here. I need to go in and add the planet to this list. So if you have to go down through here, you can find a sub ID Rust and Ready. That's the name of the ship that Splitsie put in there. That's the respawn. And here's the list of planets under planet types right here. And down here is the list of planets. You simply copy the same format they've got up there with the name of your planet. And I'll show you where to get that name here in a little bit. So that's how you set up that mod to where it'll respawn on whatever planet you have. But how do you get that planet to show up? Well, once we're in here in Space Engineers, now you can do this with either an empty world or a star system. I did the star system because there's other planets. Empty world, you can spawn in whatever various planets you want. But the star system, this is the standard start. This is the one everything has already. Now, you go to customize it, click your mods, and you need to make sure you have that mod in the list. So this is the mod for the planet. And for now, that's all I'm going to put in there. That's all I need for now. So we're just going to do that. Also go up and this is a good time. You can go ahead and set all this to where you want it to if you want. That won't hurt anything. I would suggest turning off cargo ships and go ahead and turn off the economy. Because I don't want any of those things spawning in right now. But the rest of that, well, whatever you need it to. You can rename it. Let's rename this. Then I just, name's too short. Then you go in and you load up. Now I'd suggest to make this a little easier since we need to, well, be in space anyways. Spacesuit spawn. Then go ahead and respawn. You're going to pop in, a few asteroids might show up in you. You're usually facing an asteroid. But from here, I hit Alt F10, creative mode tools, and I go ahead and turn those on. I did this in a survival world because it's going to end up being survival anyways. But I go ahead and do all this. That means I'm not going to get hurt doing this because I don't need to worry about oxygen. Now, you need to find yourself a good place to put your planet. So I go into the spectator cam. And you can fly around with spectator cam. That's what I'm doing. It's hard to tell when I'm not pointed at anything, but find a good spot wherever. Then you can go to Shift F10. This is the spawn menu. You come down here from items to planets. Now this is where you can spawn in other planets. And because we added that to our mod list, we now have the name of the planet. And this here is the name you want to have in your respawn ships file. So you notice those two match. But you can select your size. Again, whatever. I'm not sure what the generation seed does, if anything. I always leave that alone. But you can spawn in, and it's similar controls to any block in creative mode. But you spawn in your planet. Now after you do that, we can go ahead, hit backspace. You wish to respawn? Yes. And yeah, that simply kills you. Now, we can go back here, we can save where we're at, exit the main menu. Then we're going to load game. Then we're going to go to edit settings. Now we can go into our mods. Now you notice here, versus having the little Steam Workshop logo, this has the logo of a house. That's telling you that that is a local file. See, it says local mod, workshop mod. This is the local one. This is the one that I did. So you can move that over along with any others you want. For now, let's see. I've got too much stuff to look through. Go ahead, load all the others. And since this is a custom one, you're going to have to do all the separate mods versus just the one big mod like he has. So skip that one, the respawn rover. You do not need to do that one. The one you made replaces that one. And I'll do the textured build states. And where is it? Make sure you get your MES mod in. So I'd say that's probably the bare minimum. The advanced welding is very useful. It's not required, but I'd strongly suggest it. So once you have all your mods in, you can just hit OK, OK again. Then you load up that save game. And now you might have this oddball string of numbers after it, but there's the planet, and it's showing up with the Rust and Ready mod. You should be able to now respawn. And now you've got your Rust and Ready starter rover on the planet that you spawned in. So this is the way I did it, and it does work. So thought I'd put this video out there, maybe help a few people who's wanting to do their own planets versus the ones that they was provided. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and have fun.